My cousin and I decided to undertake a charity challenge to raise money for 2 leukaemia charities and the Motor Neurone Disease Association. So we did a 945-mile bike ride from Land's End to John O'Groats in 9 days. We decided that we would do it in June. At that time of year you have longer daylight hours. The 21st of June is the longest day. There was quite a lot of preparation to be done, so not only did we have to think about the route, we'd also got to consider accommodation and a support vehicle driver. Quite frankly, I don't think that we could have got a better person to do the job.
I came to the project very late. The organisation was practically complete for the whole trip. The first day was very, very hot. Towards the end of the day, going over Dartmoor, I began to realise that these 2 boys were really up against it.
Well, you can see from this video the kinds of hills that we've got to contend with. We're about 5.5 miles away from Morton Hampstead, so around 120, 121 miles from Land's End, and this is probably about half of the hill which we've just come up.
These boys were not professional cyclists, they were not club cyclists, they were weekend cyclists, and as I say, 100 miles a day is a big undertaking. To get up the following day to do 100 miles is daunting. To get up the next day and do 100 miles is absolutely unbelievable, but they did this for 9 days.
Arrived in Somerset 5 hours into the second day.
We decided that we would raise money for 2 leukaemia charities, the Leukaemia and Lymphoma Research and Ward P3 of the Royal Sheffield-Lancashire Hospital in Sheffield, and also for the Motor Neurone Disease Association. We have a friend who is 28 who is currently in remission from leukaemia. We have a relative who turned 60 in June of this year. Motor neurone disease is an incurable and fatal disease which people who are diagnosed with it pass away from within 2 to 5 years from being diagnosed. It's a neurodegenerative disorder whereby bit by bit the body shuts down, so people lose use of their limbs, and then in the final stages the breathing fails. James's grandma, my aunt, had motor neurone disease. She passed away 3.5 years ago following a 4-year battle against the disease.
So how are you feeling then, James, at the start of day 4?
Not too bad.
Ready to tackle a much easier day, mainly flat?
Hopefully it's flat, let's see. Let's get going.
And what about you, Colin? All ready for a nice easy day in the van?
This is me, man at work, never stop.
Exactly, you're doing a good job. Some 350 miles from Land's End on our cycle route, and what better product for a chaffed bum than chamois cream, recommended by farmers since it gets used on cows' udders to reduce friction. Well, we've covered around 70 miles already today on day 4. Pretty easy day. We're around 35 miles away from Blackburn and 400 miles into the ride altogether. And I think this is going to be the first day where an ibuprofen tablet is required. But let's just have a look at this wonderful view over the canal. Seven hours and 50 minutes into day 4, and we have another county change from Cheshire to Lancashire. A murky day on day number 5. What could be better than a warm drink at these temperatures? 2 hours and 40 minutes cycling time into day 5, and we hit another county. This is Cumbria.
As far as leukemia is concerned, children and adults are diagnosed with the disease. The majority of children are cured. As far as the over 60s are concerned, while most people do go into long-term remission, there is a higher risk that people will pass away from the disease. I think the weather helped a great deal, the sunshine, the blue skies.
Well, we're now 50% into the journey to John O'Groats.
Roughly 485 miles on the route. It's day 5. Weather-wise, it's been the worst of the lot. The rain won't stop. We've got a rather nasty incline here over the Lake District, but when you've got wonderful views like these in the background, surely this is enough motivation to carry on. And James has decided to put out a few flags just around 25 miles before we're due to cross the Scottish border. I think it's important to raise awareness along the way.
Friends of ours who are keen cyclists had recommended that we do it between 10 and 14 days, since that's what most cyclists who do it would take, but we thought we'd be a little bit daring.
4 hours cycling into day number 6 and another county change, South Lancashire. Let's make it go. This is Inverberg, around 670 miles into the journey from Land's End, and here we are on the western banks of Loch Lomond, and I don't think we can get much more beautiful scenery than this.
I think for me personally, after having done a number of other events for charity, I personally wanted to do something that was more challenging, and at one stage I was debating on whether to cycle from Land's End to John O'Groats or whether to swim the English Channel, and having read the reviews and reports on the internet by those who have done the channel, I think that I made the right decision.
Five hours into day 7, and we're in the Scottish region of Stirling, just north of a place called Crianlarich, and 690 miles into the journey. How are we both feeling?
Wish I were in bed with my teddy bear.
It did take its physical toll, but luckily there were no injuries. We just had one puncture and my chain came off 23 miles into the journey.
Smile! Fort William. Spain Bridge. Cromarty Firth. Nearly 9 hours into day 8, and you can see across to the right the bridge, which apparently forms part of the A9. Now, I didn't realise until this morning that this bridge existed, but it's cutting off a considerable amount of mileage from the original journey. So, day 8 is about to end. Bona Bridge.
Carl, tell me how many days we've got left to go again.
1.
And how many miles is that?
About 80 now.
Yes!
thought I had to introduce some element in there to make this go better for them. And being blessed with a good sense of humour, I thought this was the way to go. So I introduced as much humour as I possibly could.
We're nearly 3 hours into day 9. And how many miles are left, boys?
50 miles to go, 50 miles to go. Hi, diddly, hi, we've come a bloody long way. 50 miles, with 50 miles to go. Only 50 miles to go. Ah!
And I think it worked.
Quick! Oh, what's this? Oh my God! We're here! We're here! We're here! We're here!
In the end, we managed to raise £2,150, which was split between the charities I've mentioned.
I think we all enjoyed it. There were times, obviously, through the ride where we didn't enjoy it, but keeping them going, keeping the spirits up.
And what better way to end this than an ice bucket challenge? Right.
These two boys did an excellent job. Tremendous job.
It is something that we would like to do again, but rather than going from Land's End to John O'Groats, as people have said jokingly, the next time we'll go in the other direction since it's downhill all the way.